Oh, hey folks, we are live. In case you're wondering what I'm reading Investors Business Daily. Investors Business Daily is a great newspaper to look for new opportunities in the stock market. And I'm not reading this they're not paying me. I'm not advertising. If you're watching, you want to give me a free subscription for the year, that's fine. But it's funny because over the weekend I bought this newspaper and it was $5.95, but it's Investors Business Daily Weekly. And my son's like, we were at the grocery store, $6 for a newspaper, but when you can make money on it, you have to look at it as an investment. So it's a great newspaper, and I am going to use it as a tool to focus on some different stories and stocks in the future. We have some earnings coming out this week. Lazy Boy, Winnebago. That should have been actually this week. FedEx, yeah, because this paper was dated for the 20th. So Winnebago, I must have missed that because I actually own some Winnebago stock. So you know what? Let's pull up our Webull desktop. Let's get into that, and we'll look at some things. We'll look at some stocks and see how some things are doing. And welcome to Money Meeting. I do appreciate your support. If you guys could like and comment, help me get the 500 subs, and we're going to give out a set of these Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett rubber duckies. These were handed out at the Berkshire Hathaway investment annual meeting that they do a couple years ago, and I got some of these, and actually these sell pretty good. I'm a person that sells on eBay. These sell for about $20-25, but when we get to 500 subs, I'm gonna do a special video, and we'll do a drawing, and we'll give out some of these. So I do appreciate the support. So let's get into Webull desktop app, and we're gonna switch over the camera and talk about stocks. All right. Okay, folks, I am back. As you can see, in case you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm recording this from a screen, but I have my Webull desktop app here. Doesn't cost nothing to get. If you guys are interested ever in opening a Webull account, they give you different times. They give you a stock or two. I only got a couple $100 in there, but they wound up giving me something like $35-40. It's a random thing in free stock when I opened my account like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So if you want to check it out, I'll have my referral link in the description. If you sign up through that, I get a free share. Random, nothing like, it's not like they're giving me Google. That's, a couple $1,000. But and I'll pull this up. I like using it for charting and stuff. I mentioned when I was talking about Investors Business Daily, and I missed it. Winnebago came out, and if you guys look at one of my previous videos, I am do I own a lot? No, but I own Winnebago stock, and Winnebago came. If you look here on the 16th, the stock was 44. And it closed on Friday at 51.27. The short-term outlook and the mid-term outlook is actually pretty good as far as chart-wise. But Winnebago was up more than 5% on a big earnings beat. And I knew that because they have a backlog. Even though that gas prices are high, they have a backlog of orders. And the people that can afford them are the people that are buying those stocks. So let's dig into the report. Okay, I'm back, and that little ding was a Facebook message that I had to address. Always busy, so I wanted to comment on that. And let me turn down my phone this time, and maybe we won't have to worry about that. So let's tone it down. Yeah, and we should be okay. So Winnebago reported basically adjusted earnings of $4.13, and their estimate was only $3. So it was a surge of 84% year over year. They reported 1.5 billion. Is that billion? Is that with a B? It always says million, but I know it's a billion. Yeah, it's 1.5 billion. And again, they passed it by $300 million. revenues in the motorhome were up 34%. The backlog, and now they're involved in marine water. Their cash, the only thing I just noticed that their cash dropped to 435 million to 240 million. But they did repurchase shares of $70 million. And just looking at the notes here to see if there's something that really stands out as far as that. But would I go out and again, I am not a licensed broker. I tell you about experience that I've been doing the last 20 years doing trading stocks, and this channel is all about money, so different things will focus on money, as in business, real estate, interest rates, and my goal is to grow the channel and really just be that guy that's not driving Lamborghinis or big, but basically just kind of sharing what if you had to invest tomorrow $1,000, what would you do? How would you? And there's a lot of things tools that you can use with the internet that 20 years ago. And I talk about Investors Business Daily. I remember being in my young 20s and I got interested in Value Line, and Value Line was the big Bible. I don't even know if I can move the screen over, but it was something like $500 and some a year. But basically, it was newspaper print, and it was huge. And let me see if I could show a photo of it to anybody that knows Value Line. But I always enjoyed reading it. And yeah, here, let me slide this over. This is the Google. I just did a Google search. Basically, what would happen is you would get like a report like this, and it would show you, going back. I mean, here's like in what they think. I loved it. I loved it, but it was such a big, and you would get a new. In the beginning, you'd get the whole binder, and then every week you would get like a new section, and they touched on many, many different, like retail, the travel industry, and the problem with Value Line, and now it's different because you can look at it up online. You can get instant access to a lot of that now. Yeah, I mean this was the binder. I mean, look how thick the binder was, and you'd get a section, every week. So pretty much by the time you, like for example, if you got software, it was something like 12 weeks by the time you got back to the next. So in 3 months, the news could change. To me, it was more geared towards longer term investing, people that were looking for really reports that, and they were conservative, and they created another. And let's pull up their website. And again, they're not paying me either, but you could, for individuals, they even get a free trial, no credit card, no. Oh wow. But I think that's something like online. I used to like the print form because I'm one, I like a lot of print stuff that I can hold in my hand and stuff. But they actually created even other type of value lines were for small stocks, and they were beaten. But the traditional Value Line was a great tool to find different companies, and then obviously everybody knows what the Wall Street Journal is, and a lot of people, you'd get a lot of stories, and if you're busy, you don't have time to be reading the whole Wall Street Journal. Investors Business Daily, which I always liked. This paper used to be like, I don't know, it was like $1 a day, and it used to come out. I don't even know what it does now because I don't buy it that much because the price, did go up. But it used to be basically $5 a week, and I even think one time it was something like $180 for a subscription for the year. But it was great at technical analysis and giving stories of new stocks and really what the what the stocks right now you should be investing in. And that's one thing I do like about Investors Business Daily. Like, it has mutual fund performance, different things in there. But it features IBD 50, and it features really a lot of stocks. Like one of the stocks I follow, and I'll pull it up, and I think it was a missed opportunity, but still was Dollar Tree. You know, and I typed in DLTR. I know what that is. Yeah, Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree had announced that their price was going to go up May 24th. That stock jumped. See, I don't even follow it that much, but that stock jumped. Did it really? That stock jumped 127 to 100 and well, I mean, well, now it's 100. I mean, whoa, did I miss that? And you got to keep in mind, they raised the price to $1.25 on items versus $1, so that was automatically a 25% increase. Now, looking at their last earnings on June 23rd, and is that when the stock jumped there? Yeah, around there. I mean, they topped estimates only by 3 cents. So, wow, that's really surprising that it jumped that much. And their revenue was up about $60 million. But, you know, obviously people like the price increase. And they cater a lot towards a lower, you know, I'd say like a middle class person that can't afford. But you know, honestly, I buy some things there. There's some good name brand things that you can buy there, you know, that you don't need to go out and spend $10 somewhere else that you can buy for $1.25. You could see the stock here back in September was $84, and now here we are sitting at $157. It did peak out at $177 on April the 21st. But it's had a nice rise. I mean, 84 roughly to 157. It's roughly about, what, a 90% increase. So it's been good. And the reason I bring Dollar Tree up, because I think it is featured in IBD's top 50. Thought I was looking at it the other day and saw it. Yeah, Dollar Tree is actually, and there it is, number 29, if you could see that. The print's a little because of the newspaper with the camera, but yeah, it basically has an accumulation ranking of C+, and back then at that price was 150. Now the market was up, so this newspaper is a week behind, and it says the price times earning is 23. I like Dollar Tree on pullbacks. If you get days that the market is pulling back, and do I necessarily like this big gap up out of here? But it gapped down, so but it might be a stock to nibble at, just because they are going to do better, I think, in this economy with earnings. And but use Investors Business Daily as to look for different stocks. Dollar Tree, it says, discount chains, new store concepts, and new markets. So I mean, they have a good ranking in IBD. But that being said, 3 months down the road, it could all change. I mean, we are clearly in a troublesome economy right now. With the price of food being higher, price of gas, obviously heating, and a lot of things are just through the roof, because obviously gas, diesel, it touches so many things that, I mean, to get your stuff to the store, to drive to work, to transport any goods, and get pretty much gas touches everything, and the price has basically, we're talking about gas prices that are pretty much up 100% in the last year and a half, and we just can't sustain it, and it's just crazy. I always say, now I live here in Pennsylvania. I live about an hour and a half west of New York City in the Pocono Mountains, and right now we are paying the gas had been at I think the peak was $5.19. Now we have the second highest gas tax in the country. Gas, I think national average is $5.05. we did buy some gas. We traveled to Philadelphia this weekend for a concert, actually. Def Leppard, Motley Crue. It was a good concert, I'll say. And we were seeing a lot of places was basically $4.95, $4.99. We did see one place that was $4.76, and I noted that, and $4.89. But pretty much the average between Wawa and Sheetz was in the $4.90, $4.99 range. So, all right, guys, I don't want to make these videos too long. It's always tough getting people to stay past 6 or 7 minutes. I'm going to be doing more videos. We'll talk about different stocks. If you guys want to comment below certain stocks that you follow, and I will highlight different stocks and talk about all things money. I do appreciate your support. If you guys could give me thumbs up. Again, when we get to 500 subs, we're at about 351. We're going to do a giveaway, and actually we're going to do a giveaway when we get to 1,000 subscribers. We're going to do a special giveaway where we'll give away stock. So we're going to give one share of something to a subscriber and watcher, and who knows, that could be you. So there are other, just to be clear, there are other big channels that I watch and enjoy and stuff, but I always just felt like there should be a channel for the common man, the everyday guy that, you know, that doesn't have 9 apartment buildings and a $3 million portfolio and stuff. Yeah, those guys have a lot more knowledge, and that, I guess there's that trust. But you also got to keep in mind those bigger YouTubers that are doing that, and you would think, and I've seen, and I don't want to name any names because I don't want to throw people underneath the bus, because personally I've lost money too. You can go back and look at videos that I've lost. I lost $10,000 on Roku. We lost about $7,000 on Kern, Kern. And the sad part is Roku, if I would have waited a year, it would have turned into a $25,000 turnaround. So anyways, but there are large channels out there that are, I guess, experts or have big portfolios. They've taken huge hits too. So, you know, and Wall Street likes to, you know, I seen it with Roku when Roku was at 400. Oh, it's going to go to 600. Let's pull up Roku stock right now. Roku stock is now $85, and let's look at this chart. $490.76. It peaked out at July 30th, and it's been nothing but down. I mean, pretty much there it is. Am I saying don't buy Roku? No, I don't recommend any stocks. I talk about my experience, talk about stocks maybe you might be interested in to create content, but there are a lot of, again, there's 2 or 3 channels I follow. They got to be down $1 million, $2 million. I mean, big positions like Tesla. Now, someone could say, oh, they made a had of puts and stuff. They've lost money, and they got in too big, and the stock market got walloped really this year so far. And also, those big ones, you got to keep in mind, there's one guy, like, he did a video the other day. He made $2 million the last year doing YouTube. So when he loses $1 million in stocks, it still doesn't hurt him that bad. Or imagine you tomorrow losing $10,000 in the stock market, like I did on Roku, and some advertiser giving it back to you 2 months later, saying, you know, you since haven't lost nothing. So even if that one guy lost $2 million in the market, nobody likes to lose money. It was replaced. That's not happening here. And this is, we don't make money, and do I like to make money someday doing it? Yes. Do I understand how YouTube works? Yes. I have another channel where I make a little bit of money. Part of what I do full-time in life is I have a reselling business. I sell on different platforms and sell items and stuff like that. So I hope, again, you will show me some support. Hit that thumbs up, and I think that's twice I've asked you in the last 5 minutes, and comment below, and subscribe to the channel. You know how much it costs you to subscribe to the channel? Nothing. So this is the best free money, and look, interact, talk. If you have any concerns and I can't answer every question, of course not. One channel that I do like is I like listening to Dave Ramsey sometime. He's been doing it a long time, and he's got a lot of practical advice, and he's got experts in such a high quality production value of his videos, because he's got a studio and everything and makes good money doing it, that I like listening to him myself also. So, alright guys, thanks, and I will see you again. Bye.